Pogs in the chat. We're live.
Poggers in the chat.
Yeah.
Poggers in the chat.
This is so clean though.
Oh, I got.
Okay.
I'm echoing.
Well, probably because you're listening to it.
Oh, there we go. I just gotta mute the stream. I'm an idiot.
QBuzzshot, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. All right. So this is episode 1 of
Episode 1, boys.
the third party podcast. So this was an idea kind of started by King, Zach, myself. Q talked about it a little bit. So this is episode 1, and basically we're the hosts, and we got Q, Puni, and Jug. If you guys follow me on Twitter, Zach on Twitter, King on Twitter, you have seen the post of the guests for this week. So basically, I'm going to start with the topic and then some discussion points, and then we're going to go over to Zach with the topic and King. And then we're going to kind of ask the panel what their thoughts are on these topics. The first one is Apex. Got a few subtopics, and then Zach's going to talk about Call of Duty. And then King's going to talk about, he's got some questions about Twitch, some of the updates that Twitch has been coming out with, and kind of the thoughts on that. So, without further ado, let's do a little bit more intros, because I know Twitter only has 240 characters to kind of explain who everybody's about. So, Q, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
A little bit about myself. All right. For those of you guys that don't know, anybody coming in that doesn't watch my streams, I do stream on Twitch. Pretty much just Apex Legends. K, I see you, by the way. I fucking love you, baby. And I'm a full-time real estate agent. So that's kind of my day-to-day job. And then I stream whenever I get off work. And yeah, pretty good knack for Apex Legends, and trying to kind of branch out into other things. But that's pretty much been my bread and butter so far. So that's a little bit more about me and kind of what I do on the day-to-day.
Dude will one clip you with a 9-9 every time.
Facts.
All right, Puni.
Exactly.
What about you, man?
Wait, who, man?
Yeah,
me,
you.
man?
Puni, man.
All right.
Puni, man.
You, man.
Dude.
You, man.
So I'm PuniiCorn. If you guys haven't seen me around, I stream just about as often as I can manage. Right now I'm full-time at college. It's a full-time job and a half, and then I also am a math tutor for a living. So big brain energy. Rocket League really got me into the gaming community. I've been playing it for 2.5, 3 years, something like that. Yeah, it's a drug, and I don't want to quit. And then I got into Apex and met all these beautiful people, and now
Awesome. All right, Jug.
Hey, I'm Juggernaut. I stream 5 days a week generally. Got a beautiful family, kids that you'll hear in the background more than once. Zach has dealt with that conversation more than once.
So good.
Work full time for statistics. Just loving numbers. Play Apex, play God of War, play Modern Warfare, you name it, I'll play it. I like playing everything. Like to do editing, voice work, and all sorts of jazz like that.
Paul.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
the best voice on Twitch, ladies
Honestly,
and gents.
So good. So we're going to have to get a story one of these podcasts.
Facts.
Oh yeah.
And
Story time.
So since
you guys ask, I'll bring a story.
dude, yeah, story time would be dope. Since the host didn't really get to do intros on Twitter, let's also talk about Zach, myself, and King. So Zach, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm ReturnOfTheZack from Ohio. Cleveland Browns fan, sadly. But mostly, I stream whatever, really. A lot of shooters, Apex, Call of Duty. Mix in some Planet Zoo every once in a while.
Get snakes.
Yeah, get snakes. Some Jackbox Party Pack, but just really just trying to build a community here and just spread the love. But you can follow me on Twitter, ReturnOfTheZack on everything.
Pogs.
Poggers.
Pogs.
King of Latifah.
You know me. King of
Hit him with it,
here.
Because you know me.
Twitch streamer extraordinaire. Oozing sex appeal? Just right? Nah. I'm a 29 Twitch streamer. Just play a lot of Apex Legends. I'm really a variety streamer. I play whatever. Met all these cute, beautiful people through Apex, and ever since then, it's just been heaven. Just been rolling out with them and just having fun. And we're at this beautiful point in our life where we all came together and decided to do a podcast, talk with each other, and this is it. This is the night. This is what we're here for.
Love you.
Poggers.
Yeah.
Dallas,
August.
take it away, baby.
Yo, all right. So I'm Dallas. Honestly, I met King was the first one I met. Probably I don't know 5-6 months ago. I literally dropped into a map. We were playing Apex. He was on my team. Random squad up, right? Drop in Thunderdome. He gets knocked. I res him. He comes into my stream. He's like,
Of
"Yo,
course.
yo, thanks for the res." And I was like, "Yo, you want to play some more?" And ever since then, dude, we've literally played Apex. I don't know, every time we get a chance. And because of that, right there, basically, I've made connections with all of you guys.
Nice.
So,
Facts.
so because of that one drop in Kings Canyon, it's
Wow.
Kings Canyon, too.
Oh,
Very
So-
sentimental.
Wait,
Yeah.
this
So,
is a segue?
so-
What a segue.
What a segue, dude.
so yeah, so
Way
yeah.
into the Apex topic.
So yeah, we're gonna get right into Apex, but yeah, I just want to say this community's been awesome. I've been part of a lot of different communities. I've been playing video games since I was like 8. I played Half-Life 2 for 12 years, and then a little bit of Dirty Bomb, mostly on PC, but switched over to PS4 because I knew some in real life friends that played Apex a little bit, but nothing like this community that's out here now. It's crazy. Anywho. Yeah, let's hop right into talking about some Apex Legends. So, the first topic I have is the Shadowfall event that just happened. I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts on what you guys thought of it. It was the Halloween event that they put out. It just ended on Tuesday when they replaced it with duos. I played it a little bit. But yeah, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. So, Puny, let's start with you.
So it was hyped to just get a new game mode. First of all, kind of felt like a little bit of a solos throwback. Wasn't great at solos, so I wasn't too excited about it. I thought it was going to be squads when it dropped. I don't think they advertised that it was really going to be solo. Dropped in, and I just couldn't find the motivation to grind it. Does that make sense? It was not that it was a bad mode. It just didn't really feel like I wanted to grind it. And that may just be a personal thing, but that was just kind of me.
Gotcha.
I don't think you're alone on that. I agree with that. I wasn't like a big fan of grinding that either. I'd rather play like quads or even solos by itself. I wasn't a big fan of the Shadowfall event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jug?
Yeah.
I think its timing really sucked for Apex because it came out exactly the week. I think it was even the week of Modern Warfare. So not only did I had fun with it. I got a couple. I like solos. I like games that I can drop into because I don't like grabbing randoms. I don't know about you guys, but if you're grabbing randoms and playing with them, not the most fun. I like to be having chats with people and communicating with people. So the solos mode I like a lot. I like dropping in, and I like that. But for some reason, this didn't grab me. Modern Warfare came out at the same, and I found that a lot of people were just bailing. I saw teaming, which was annoying to me because I hate seeing.
Definitely saw that too.
True.
Like more than once, I saw just people teaming up, and I get lit up because of it. Not that I really give a shit. It's not like it changes much of that game for me. It's just like spirit, and I think spirit of the game is really important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Q?
Yeah, definitely taking things from a competitive side. The fact that it didn't count towards your KD was pretty tough. You didn't get any record for the kills. I know they allowed the 20 badge for a little bit, which some people tried to exploit, but it didn't allow you to get any more kills towards as I'm trying to rank up as Bangalore, I was getting, maybe 5-10 kills a game and it wasn't leading to anything. So in that sense, it was tough. Just because, you felt like you really weren't advancing as far as your gamer or as far as the character that you play. I think the rewards were cool. Obviously, I think that was when the heirloom came out, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Lifeline.
For Lifeline, yeah.
So that was cool. At least it gave them a platform to be able to release that, which was really sweet. I think anybody that really liked Lifeline really enjoyed that heirloom because it is sick as hell. So I think that's cool. But besides that, I just don't really know if there was many, benefits to it. It didn't really give me a reason to grind, kind of like Puny said. I'd rather just focus on, trying to get big games and, keeping people entertained as you're streaming.
Definitely.
Sure.
And you mind if I
The
cut
thing,
in?
I think I didn't like too is that it was paywalled. Like you have to drop 100.
Yes.
Was it 180 or 160?
Stupid amount of money.
Yeah, I
just
don't
to
even
get
know. I
that
didn't even
heirloom?
look because of how much it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 160, 180, and then even after, it's the heirloom is put in regular packs after the event.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Kay
Yeah.
just said that the Pathy heirloom dropped. Not to interrupt, Jug. Keep going, but that's cool.
Oh, I did see that. It's very nice.
It's
What were you gonna say, Jug?
and people grinding for ranked didn't want to take the time out of that, right?
Yep,
You know,
definitely.
You're grinding for Predator or whatever. Who like taking 2 weeks for something that had minimalistic reward? It just was. It pulled away from pulled away from that grind for some people. So that's why there's probably less people active.
For
Yeah,
sure.
because it was like right after season 3 dropped. It was like right with it. So it's like if you're gonna grind for ranked, you're gonna do it now and not wait for after the event's over
Yeah.
because you want to get Predator
Yeah.
as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to
definitely.
get behind, right? Like if you're grinding for number one, like Q's grinding to the top, what, you're 100 now or something like that? Where are you? Somewhere close to the top 100? Like
For
you're
Bangalore?
I just mean in general in ranked when your Predator rank over.
Oh yeah, Predator rank, it definitely gets insanely competitive. With a full-time job, I don't think I'd be able to get top 100 in ranked.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm at like 600 something. I think there's about 2,500 Predators right now, so definitely trying to get higher than that. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think I liked ranked a lot more this season than last season. I mean, you have the charge rifle, which I know we'll touch base on. But you got rid of ski rounds, which for those of you guys that played last season were absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even after a double nerf, we're still fucking ridiculous, ripping your armor off. So yeah, I think that this season, just a lot more openness, a lot more ability to get higher in the placements and get those points that you probably couldn't have gotten on season 2 is pretty cool. So I think that there's opportunity to definitely rank up this season pretty high.
Cool. Well, in that case, then we will go right into talking about ranked because that was another topic. So
Good deal.
so my biggest question. I know Q probably plays the most ranked out of any of us. I'm only platinum. I know. I don't really play it often during the evenings. It's normally in the day off stream because for some reason I can't focus so hard on ranked and stream at the same time because I always want to look and talk to chat, and it's just something that I don't have a good balance on. So that's why like you guys probably will rarely see me play ranked on stream. But with that being said, Q, I want to ask you first. You touched on a little bit saying that you enjoy ranked better this season. I want to know, do you think it's going to be easier for people to rank up with the new point system now, or is it going to be more difficult?
I definitely think it's going to be easier. I believe it's 700, if I'm not mistaken, 700 for you to rank up from, say, platinum to the next one or diamond to the next one. And I know at Predator, if you get max points with a win, it's 165. I know during Diamond, if you get max points, it's 177. So, I mean, if you take a good grind and you can kind of get a couple wins under your belt, you can rank up pretty quickly. I'm trying to remember. I had a lot of difficulty last season getting to Predator. I ended up only getting Diamond 1 and kind of just losing focus. But I can just think back to the countless times that I was raging in my room trying to get Predator. I mean, it was probably the only time that I had successful games were the Gods Nerf, which a lot of you guys know was number 1 last season. Those were like the only sessions that I had that were positive. Besides that, I was losing a lot of points and it was a lot tougher. So I just think that the ability to be able to have a lot more open of a map is easier to get that placement points that you wouldn't normally be able to get on Kings Canyon.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I never
yeah, go ahead.
played season 1. Between season 1 and 2, was there like I know in between 2 and 3 you could keep some of your rank, like you started like pretty higher up. Was that the same for 1 and 2 or no?
Ranked actually didn't come out until last season. So last season was the first season of Ranked. And then so then they implemented that if you did get to say Predator, I think you started at a decent platinum rank. I want to say like platinum 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure exactly.
All right.
Does anybody else have any thoughts on rank? That was really my only question on is the difference in that. I know King doesn't really like to play rank too
I'll
much.
play rank. I'll do it.
I'll play rank.
I'll do it.
So maybe we can, and also like I know it's our first episode, so we'll kind of like go, think on things as we go. But like in chat, I see K, he said, I hope a topic's his thoughts on Apex killing itself. So obviously, maybe we can shine a little bit of light on kind of what some of the chat has to say as well. And I know that's my dad in there, Badgers1613, for those of you guys that don't know.
Big
And,
Yo, what's up, Pops?
Papa Q is in the chat. But let me. Oh, now everyone's talking. I can't see what he just said. But he said it's based for the general public to play and enjoy. It's not meant for all the hitmen to be killing us amateurs. So I know that's something that my dad shines a lot of light on. He doesn't really like playing with me anymore due to the skill-based matchmaking, because he does come up against a lot of the people that I go against due to having the amount of kills that I have and the amount of time that I put into the game. So what are your guys' thoughts on skill-based matchmaking? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I kind of I was talking about this with I think King the other night or Zach, and I think that like skill-based matchmaking should be there's a ranked mode for a reason. So
Yeah.
that's your skill-based matchmaking right there, and just let the pubs be pubs. Let whoever's in
Totally.
that server, whoever the first 60 to queue up, put them in a game.
True.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I obviously shine very highly on that due to going up against a lot of
Yeah.
sweaty players, a lot of kids that have just as much talent as me, if not better. And it's really frustrating when you're trying to get big games in pubs and you're running into those kids when maybe you're trying to relax, or, you don't have a full 3 and you're running into these guys that are, suited up, ready to just roll through pubs. And when you're solo queuing, it's really tough. Usually when I have another Savage with me, like my man JD Swifty that just came into the chat.
What's up, JD?
My fucking right-hand man right there. When I have him on my team, it's a little bit easier to battle through the pubs. But without it, man, when you're solo queuing, it is absolutely miserable sometimes. And but yeah, it's definitely, I agree 100% with what Dow said about ranked is ranked and pubs is pubs. I've definitely felt that for since it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to play devil's advocate, I think the only thing they were thinking is that with skill-based matchmaking, it gives the lower skilled players a chance to play against people and not get completely shit on every game. Because if you put one person who has 10,000 plus kills in every lobby, they're probably going to come out on top of that lobby most times. So for people who are new to the game, trying to get big games, trying to get wins and feel good about themselves, I can see where it would be really like a put off to just be getting shit on and shit on and shit on, So I think that's probably where they were going.
100%.
But there's definitely an ups and downs to every different possible thing they could have done. So
yeah,
not saying I like it. It's just I think that's probably where the developers were trying to go with it.
Another thing I've seen that other games have done before, like similar to that, but trying to avoid, I guess, that situation is like maybe have lobbies for ranks 1 through 10 once they get used to the game. Once they get to a rank 10 or 25 or something, then like let them go in to like the full lobbies with everybody else. And once they understand the game.
You ever do that? I swear, Call of Duty had like a boot camp where they used to be able to do that, where you're like level 1 to 10, you'd only be put in lobbies. I think that's a really smart idea. I could have sworn that that they had that. I could be mistaken, but I think that I've like done that before, where you have to go through a little bit of like series of events, or you have to be in training. What up, Beans? You fucking cute motherfucker. But
he's just so distracted by chat.
I love it.
I love chat, man.
You gotta say what's up to chat, man.
Gives us a reason to do this.
Yeah,
Nobody
definitely.
in here, fuck it. But yeah. Now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, boot camp. So yeah, I think that would be awesome if they added that to Apex. Even like level 10, dude. Like fuck it. Until you're level 10, it may take you 20 games, but until you're level 10, you got to be in bot lobbies, and then you can rank up and try and do that.
I mean, Call of Duty kind of does that currently with all the guns kind of locked until level 5 or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So, because so you have they have like 5 set classes, but then until like level 4 or 5, you can't like pick your own guns and like do your own loadouts. So it kind of keeps like everyone in the same like range for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, but we were still dropping in against people who were level 20 and 30 who already got that shit already set up like right from the start.
True.
Zach and I play a lot together, Apex, and like the most fun games we might have had is not, but it's just getting a couple kills and having a run, having stuff. Like I had a game today that was a blast for me. both people I was with died. I only had 4 kills, but I got third. I had to sneak around into solos. So finding that balance, what's actually fun and what's winning. And it's so a developers has to try and balance that out, right? So is skill-based matchmaking do, or are they having to try and find a balance? And that's also in coding. Like if you think about it, do they have to set a different coding for loading people into a lobby for ranked versus loading people in a lobby for for pubs?
Yeah, they
And is
definitely
it
do.
easier just for them to just go fuck it, use the same, because that's just more money. So that's something we have to take into consideration. It would be better for players if they did that, but can they afford to do that?
Right.
It's not like they're poor from this game.
King, you got any thoughts on it? Kind of obviously we touched a lot on it, but do you have any thoughts? Because I know you played a good amount. I mean, obviously you stream most nights of Apex.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on? Have you? I kind of shining on what JD just said. I mean, have any of you guys that don't care about leaderboards, or not saying that you guys are casual players at all, but like, do you guys see a difference not having thousands and tens of thousands of kills people in your lobbies, or do you still run into those guys? Do you think whether
I don't know. I have the most fun just randomly jumping into a game and not really caring about stats. But also, I feel like those are the games that I feel like you shine a lot in. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go in and you just don't care, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, dude, I actually have like 10 kills right now. This is the funnest. But then you look and you're like, oh, this guy was actually good that I killed. So maybe you could use it as like a tool to further yourself, because you're like, oh, that guy was good. Maybe I'm getting better. Maybe I do deserve to be in this lobby with this guy that has like 10,000 kills or whatever. And you're like, oh shit, I see a progression. I can see myself getting better in doing this and doing that. So skill-based matchmaking is like almost like a double-edged sword, because you get put in, like you're like, oh, I'm not good as this guy. Then you beat him and you're like, oh, okay, I do.
Totally.
So
yeah, no, it's definitely sweet. Yeah.
It also depends with who you're running with, right?
Yeah,
it
also depends on
with who you're running.
Oh yeah.
Like if you have a regular squad and you have 3 people, that's like, I think that's more what Apex expects, is you have a regular squad, a regular group of 3, so you guys always drop in together. You have the same expectations, you have the same, and so it's when you're mixing it up, and maybe they just haven't done the numbers and assessed it and said like, hey, how many people drop in solo, how many people drop in duo, and how many people drop in as a full.
I also don't know. Does anyone know if it's based on like purely like kills or like damage or like what rank you are? Is it just pure like how do they get that number?
It's probably going to be similar to ranked, where it's going to take like the highest person in your squad. Because I remember when we were playing the other night with Skinny King, and we were hitting a hell of sweats just because of the amount of kills Skinny had.
Yeah, we were getting like every person had 20k kills.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was disgusting. Yeah.
So you're in a queue lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was
like we landed in a scrim lobby like a few times and it was weird.
Yeah,
it sucked.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Lock up a house and just turn off the lights.
Yeah. I would say though, going up against sweatier people as a more casual player, it does push you to be better.
Definitely.
If you're practicing all your gunfights on level 20 or 30 players who are new, still getting used to the movement, gunplay, if you're playing against those people consistently, then you get used to a certain kind of play style, and then you're never going to push yourself to improve and get faster and get smarter.
Yeah.
So that's also something to be said.
It's crazy too once you switch to rank and you have to just completely change that play style.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because it's so different.
It's tough.
That's mainly why I don't like playing rank, because you go like from fast play, like all of a sudden you'll be like 10 squads and then you'd be the last 2, and then you have to play that. And if you're playing rank, dude, the last 10 minutes of the game, there's still 17 squads. It's crazy.
Yeah. No lie, dude. That's how it is.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. It's true. It's just like scrims. That's one thing. Like before we had ranked back in the day, when everybody would run the scrims, I hated them because they were so sweaty. Like in ranked, there's so many predators now, or there's like 2,500 predators. It's not as hard to get predator. Yes, a lot of those players are still phenomenal players, but they're not all 25,000, 30,000 kill players that play this game every single day. You can still get predator without, putting your life into the game. But dude, in these scrims, man, like speaking on what you just said, when there's like 30 people in the last circle and there's just alts and you have no chance, I couldn't get down with that. And that was really tough for me as a player, because I definitely hold a high standard in my gameplay and I was just getting shit on. So like it was tough, man. It's definitely tough.
Yeah, I was
Now,
watching
one
the
of-
Twitch rivals,
Okay.
and that's like watching those is just like, oh my god, like I couldn't
Mhm.
even imagine like playing in that. Like,
Oh
I would
yeah,
be furious.
that's the top of the top for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
those are the best players.
Someone needs to make a YouTube series now, and it's going to be hitting Apex Predator without getting kills. Because it's possible,
Oh,
right?
it's definitely
It's technically
possible.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
100%
possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is possible, dude. It
That'd
is
be nice.
possible.
I'm going to do it.
Steal that.
I have a new
stealing
challenge.
that.
that I
Stealing
can-
that.
that's the only challenge I could do. It ain't kills. I'll do that.
There you go. Use my Mirage for that. Just go invisible the whole time.
Just disappear.
Figure out a hack where you can stay invisible.
Yeah.
All right, so I got 2 more things to go through real quick on Apex. We've
Cool.
been live for like 30 minutes already, so I want to kind of run through them as quickly as we can because we still got other stuff to talk about. So, the charge rifle. I know Q hates it. I know King loves
F's in
it.
chat.
So they apparently nerfed it. They made the mag size bigger, took away extended mags, but it seems like the damage is all the same. It seems like everything's the same. It seems like there's no bullet drop, anything. So what do you guys? Let's start with King. What do you think of the charge rifle?
I think it's great when you have it. Like, it's amazing.
Instead of this question of what do you guys think of it? What do you guys think they still need to do to make it more balanced? Because we all know that it's not.
To make it fair.
Yeah.
I mean, to make it fair, maybe take out like the damage-wise as it's tracking you, but then again, it won't be a charge rifle, you know?
True.
It'll be. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how to make that gun fair.
Impossible.
I mean, yeah, it's tough unless you're doing like 30 damage from any location, maybe. But then again, who's gonna use it?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Nobody would
So
use
yeah,
it.
nobody will use it. Yeah.
Woo!
What do you guys think about making it a care package weapon?
Okay, then now
I
we're
feel like that
talking.
would be all right.
Yeah.
That's
Well, then-
that's doable. That's doable, dude. You drop like 1 or 2 of them in a game, maybe. Not every fucking corner.
Yeah, like so Zach and I were playing duos last night. I found 4 charge rifles within like
Oh, yeah, dude.
30
It's nuts.
seconds.
I played one today, and I had 2 charge rifles in the same, like literally next to each other on the floor, next to
Oh,
a peacekeeper, and I'm like, well, this is just like a trifecta, I guess. If I can pick up 3 guns, there we go. I think to actually nerf it, you limit the damage like high end. Make it to a 60 instead of a 70 or an 80 or a 90, but to hit it, you have to. It's more. Make it like there's a balancing in how easy it is to hit with that laser because you track them. Where if you have like a longbow or you have any other of the sniper, you have to keep that aim on them and you have to hit it at precise time. Where if you're dragging with them, you can watch yourself. I mean, not everyone can do it.
Right.
Like
Yeah, that's like what JD is saying in chat. He goes, the damage drop off needs to be more significant. If somebody 200 meters away shouldn't be rewarded for taking no risk. So yeah, definitely,
Totally.
definitely the
Sure.
farther away, the less damage it should do. And they
Mhm.
said they did that, but I mean, they need to do it more.
I think they
Yeah,
said
I feel like
150 meters they did, which like if you guys
Yeah.
think about it and you guys play, 150 meters is like really
Nothing.
far.
Yeah.
Like that's really far. Like,
Yeah.
dude, if you could still hit
Yeah.
somebody with no drop off at 150, like you can third party people from a mile away. And like,
Yeah.
dude, when you're just trying to get that quick heal off and somebody charge rifles you from Narnia, like, dude, the aggravation in my blood is like ready to just break
Yeah.
small cities, dude. Like, just step on them all. Like, I just want to kill sit. I don't know what to do with myself because you can just get destroyed at like the blink of an eye.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically, at this point, I only use the charge rifle because Q hates it.
Oh man.
I
Maybe
hate
an
you.
That's a fair reason. Maybe an option is
How can I
to
piss off Q
the-
today?
Post a
the-
clip of fucking charge
Post a
rifles
clip of
spawn wipes.
nothing.
is the trigger
I'm still like I'm on Kings Canyon killing people from.
and what about making the trigger time longer? Like the Havoc has a wind up. Maybe have a wind up on it,
Love
so
that.
it takes long.
Yeah.
It takes longer to fire.
Yeah.
Love that for
or
sure.
even as the tracking damages increase, make it a set. Like if you track them, hit the shot, 60 damage max, like the
Yeah.
whole entire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
pretty fair. So it'd still be a four shot, 5 shot.
That would be fair.
Yeah.
It's when I get
Yeah.
chunked for like 100. That's when I lose full.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Because it can hit in the head, dude. It can hit. I think I've seen it hit like 105. It's like that's nuts.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it'll hit up there.
Yeah.
Q was watching
That's
that one
nasty.
game, and I was like 75, 79 on 2 shots.
Every single hit that Dallas called out was like 80 or above. Dude. Like, this is ridiculous. Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
It's because he's goaded.
your other teammates got a 9-9 in their face. Like you can't survive, dude. I've seen teams in ranked run double or triple charge rifle, and it's like if you try and rotate, you're dead. Like you have no chance. Especially
do
with
that
the
in
4 to
pubs, though,
10 on
too.
that, dude. Oh my god, the 4 to 10. Even when I smoke as Bangalore, I'm fucking dead
Yeah.
because they
so-
see me.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like I have no chance.
Yep.
All right, last topic on Apex. Duos just came out. So I've only played duos last night, like 4 or 5 rounds with Zach. Who in here has played duos, and what are you guys' thoughts on it?
Haven't played it yet.
So I'll let
Tell me how it
somebody
is,
else
boys.
talk. I'll let somebody else talk. Joe,
Zach
you
and
tried?
I've not touched it.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. I don't think that a lot of people say that like Apex is great because it's 3 people, but I think going to 2 isn't gonna like it's not a huge change because
No.
9 times out of 10, you're one person is either rando or that you can like just pick someone else up because a lot of times you have 4 people that want to play or 5 or 6 people that want to play and you can only play with 2 other people. So now you can drop off and at least they can play together and stuff. And I think that they added even more loot boxes and stuff because Dallas and I saw that last night. There are like more bins around, which helps with looting and stuff. So you're not like just like spread all over the map, not with anything.
Mhm.
I think they did it right. I think that it's a really good idea and they should keep it. Same with solos. I think they should bring solos back too.
Definitely. Have you seen more? Because I've seen places like Fuel. I think it's Fuel down there where they have kind of like those little like landing pads, and I swear that those boxes have disappeared or they're not there anymore. So have you actually seen more?
Yeah, there's
loot
spots
boxes?
about
By
around
Epicenter. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah,
then.
they filled up Epicenter. There's a couple like most places they've just thrown in a couple boxes here or there hidden behind what's used to be just a crate or whatever. There's a bunch more I found. Zach and I like what's fun is you're gonna end up in action basically anywhere you drop in duos too because you've added 10 more teams to a drop. So that's just spreading out 10 more teams all across the map. So we always have dropped. We looked around and we're like, we got one team at least with them. So you got to fight right to start. So it depends if you like that action, right? Like some people like to loot up and then engage, or where it's like action from the start. This is more. I find it was more action. Zach and I banging through teams much quicker. We weren't doing good. We had a rough night last night, but it was more action.
Yeah.
that's sweet.
There's guys in chat say. Sorry, go ahead, King.
Okay. Oh, I was just gonna say I kind of thought it was gonna be bigger than what it was. Like when I saw that it came out, it was just almost like here's duos.
No,
Like, here
definitely.
you guys go.
That's definitely what it
go.
was.
Like
Yeah.
That's
there
exactly
was
how I
nothing to
thought
like
it-
really
yeah.
go with it. There's I guess there's a badge you get, and that's about it.
Badge week though. The
That's
badge
it. Yeah,
week.
that's it.
Yeah.
I thought there was gonna be like challenges, and there was gonna be like all this different stuff, but it was just kind of like
It's
Here you
like
go,
they
presents.
overdid the Halloween event content and didn't put out a good product as far as the event. And then they used all of their time and effort into that and then just dropped duos and didn't have anything to show for it.
true.
Yeah.
But that could also be because there's going to be a Christmas event too, which they need to spend
Yeah.
more time on.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, those are simple little events that they can throw out that people can get excited for. Is the solos and the duo. So if they throw it in, like we see them like every 2 weeks is a special event, right? So if they throw those two, like you just throw out a solos or duos, you don't have to do as much work on character design for different costumes and new gun skins and stuff like that. So it's to balance out their work life too, right? Like I don't think they're gonna get it. Like they have to get so far ahead to be able to put something out every 2 weeks that I don't know if it's possible for a development company.
Yeah, well,
Also, though, like
if you're
I
not
have a
Epic
question, though, like,
Games.
also, but like, where do they go from here? Because they released the solos, they did the duos. All right, like, what's the next event? Are we
More
gonna see
mans.
like 4v4s? Are we
counting.
gonna get like, are we gonna get like team deathmatch style stuff? Like that's
No.
that'd be amazing.
Papa
Imagine, like,
Q said something about the Mirage event.
Oh yeah,
A
the
Mirage
Mirage
event.
event is up next. I haven't
Yeah, I
heard
actually didn't
anything
know
about
much
that.
about that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Didn't know
see
much
him
about
around
that.
here.
I think
Drizzt
I
Jason
saw
brings up
some.
a good point with Christmas too. I think that they
Mm.
really need to nail these
Yeah.
like Thanksgivings and Christmas where like kids are actually going to get excited to like hop on the game and see new stuff. And I think they just have such a big platform and such a good game that like they just got to nail those events. And yeah, with K saying custom lobbies, that is
Yeah.
huge, dude.
Yeah.
That's
That,
Yeah, I
that,
feel
that
like
would change the
custom
game.
lobbies has to
Mm.
be the next big step.
Yeah.
100%.
I think well, and they nailed like Halloween.
Yeah,
Pretty much
Halloween was
all
cool.
Halloween was good.
all those skins looked great on the characters. You know, like what the weakest one. I don't know who was it. It was, but they still look good. Yeah, it was Raid.
Or
Probably.
the Watson. Or the
Number
Watson. The
trash.
Watson.
Cowboy.
Watson was pretty
Watson.
trash.
Watson
but I mean,
the
like-
Cowboy was pretty rough.
Wait, hold on. The Cowboy though.
Like that's the only one I bought.
It was though.
It was. That's exactly what Zach thought.
I did. No, but that's because he has the thing where like you can ride yourself like when dropping down. So
Oh
why
yeah,
not be
that
a
thing's
cowboy?
dope.
So I mean, they are nailing things. As a gamer community, we're so critical of everyone's
Definitely.
real mad. Like Modern Warfare is huge. Everyone's bitching X, Y, and Z, 725 Claymores, blah blah blah.
Hey, hey, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're
I'm
getting
just
there.
saying. I'm just saying. Even something we love, we got to find a reason to bitch
Yeah.
about it, right? So it's
Totally.
like, like I love Apex, and I love to play it, but I find like it gets annoying to me on some level. I don't like this about it. I don't like that about it. So we just find ways to. It's kind of society, isn't it?
Especially when you play it as much as like some of us do, especially myself. It's like anything. It's like going to the same job for 5 years. You're gonna find reasons to hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about like the events and stuff, they need to start adding creator codes. I think honestly, like having a creator code for like these events like this, where people are spending hundreds of dollars, would be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're like then they're just that's money that they don't get. So I can see them just not. You know what I mean? Like I understand why Fortnite did it and they're making money. But EA can just look at it and go like, well, why would we give someone else money when people are still buying it? You may like if you saw numbers that said yes, this actually gets you to buy more, so it's worth more.
Yeah.
Like I mean, this is all big company stuff, like big business stuff. This is
Right.
data
Yeah.
analysis that is boring as shit. But you have to do it and be like, if we sell this many without having to give money out to anybody, and we don't have to try that, why do it?
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Good deal. Do you
All
want to kind of move into a little bit of Call of Duty with Jug kind of spoiling
Let's
the?
do it.
I'm the
Let's do it.
spoiler.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
let's
next
move into
topic.
that because I think we talked
Yeah.
a lot on Apex, and I think that there is a lot to talk about in Call of Duty.
I was just like, my main question is like, why is this like the biggest Call of Duty that's like launched in like the recent years? Like, I think Black Ops like 4 was decent and World War II people liked, but I think Modern Warfare has been like the biggest one in like years.
Definitely.
I'm trying like thinking I know why, but what do you guys think?
I'd say the biggest thing definitely is crossplay.
Yeah, that's what I was
Cross
thinking.
Yeah.
platform, being able to just connect a lot of communities. I have a ton of people that I grew up and my dad actually got me into PlayStation. Before that, I was an Xbox 360 guy, and every single kid that I grew up with stayed on Xbox and has an Xbox One. So I've just kind of adapted and met people through, obviously streaming and just gaming. And, I don't really have any, hometown buddies that play PS4. It's at least a very minimal amount. So I think the new Call of Duty gives me a chance to not only play with PC kids, but a lot of my hometown buddies. And that was really hype. And that was probably one of the main reasons why I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of feeding off that, growing up, I played on PC my whole life, and then once Modern Warfare 2 came out, I was like a junior or senior in high school, or no, yeah, somewhere around there. I was in high school when Modern Warfare 2 came out, and all of my buddies were playing Modern Warfare, but they were on consoles, so I couldn't play with them. So I got a mouse and keyboard adapter to play with them on PS3 at the time. And then, but now with this Call of Duty, it makes it way easier for all those communities to come together, like you were saying.
Totally.
Yeah.
I also think they stripped it down a little too. I think it there's not like any like crazy like they added it to Black Ops 4 at the end, but like jetpacks and stuff, they took that all away. It's just set in a modern time that just feels like what people would say like a real Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2 and like regular Modern Warfare, and like when those came out. I think a lot of people see that now, but now they also just shit on it a lot, which is what Jug was saying. There's so many things that people hate about this Call of Duty, but they keep playing it. The claymores, the 75 people camping, and like from what I remember, people camped all the time. So I think it's just a more influx of people in the game itself that are causing people to get upset. But back to cross-platform. Do you think Apex will ever get cross-platform, or would you want it to be cross-platform?
I would love for it to be cross-platform. I think PC kids would make me really upset, and I would want it to be cross-console platform, not cross-platform completely. Because, dude, just going up against some of those monsters with the controller would just be really, really rough, especially at the settings that they can run. They just have a lot better response times and things like that, and much better graphics. And those things alone would make it very unfair for an average day console player.
Not to mention your pops just said, does crossplay open you up to PC players using cheats? And there's a
you
bunch
still
of
see them. Like I still see them in watching, any of the big stream. You watch them run into they're like, oh, there's hacks, there's cheats. And it's not something I'm like, I can see, like, I don't see it as quickly as they do, but eventually you're like, oh yeah, that didn't miss your like complete headshots. Like I don't want to run that. I don't want to deal with that. The reason I'm on PlayStation is I enjoy knowing that we're all on the same level.
Ooh,
you're better than me, but you're better than me, you kill me. That's fine, but it's not because you're hacking and shit like that.
Right. Yo, quick shout out to Exube. Thanks for the raid, dude. Yo, we're doing a podcast right now, so appreciate you coming in. Everybody enjoy. We're talking about Call of Duty and cross-platform right now. No problem. All right. Anyways,
Yeah. So with cross-platform and stuff, I know like Pop Q said the hackers and stuff, but I think that it's a good idea to have it where like consoles versus consoles, unless you're playing with PC. Like I don't think Dallas and I got with anyone that wasn't a PC console duo last night when we were playing. And same with Jug, we always get either two Xbox or Xbox PlayStation or two PlayStation. They really did a good job of making sure that you weren't outmatched insanely. Even on like playing like regular modes like team deathmatch and stuff, it's really usually pretty contained where it's not like you're playing all against PC players and stuff. So hopefully other games can implement that too, because I think that it would, one, bring a lot more people to gaming, and two, bring a lot more people together and stuff. But there is a problem with bringing too many people together, and that's my next topic is, why is Call of Duty the most like toxic game there ever was? Basically, it's honestly the most like even Apex. Like Apex can get like toxic. Like I've heard like a little bit of things, but it's not nearly as bad as Call of Duty. I don't think.
I think we should all just publicly apologize for anything we've ever said in the Call of Duty lobby. Like, I'm like, just our past, just like.
If we're talking middle school,
dude, if we're talking anything, just I'm gonna let you know that dude, Twitch careers are done.
I think there's a lot of different things like okay.
Key back.
There's a lot of different like Claymore, dude. Look, there's Zach on all the screen.
Saw, dude.
Zach's taking over, dude.
All right.
Okay.
Pewdie's upside down.
Whoa.
Yo.
What? Hold up. This is weird. Hold up.
Yo.
Technical difficulties.
Profession.
Puny, come back.
Oh no! Now I keep seeing Zach in 3D.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, dreams.
No. Why is
That's a beautiful.
Just leave it.
sight.
Hey, leave it. I'll flip you.
Great.
I'll flip
look
you.
great,
I'll
Puny.
flip
You
you.
look great.
Wait.
Just
hold
leave
on,
it.
hold
Just
on.
leave it.
I can
I'll
fix
flip you. I'll flip you.
Okay. Shoot.
There you go. You're good.
Oh,
All right.
man.
You look great.
All right.
All right.
I'm just confused at
Oh,
this
he's
point.
Anyways, why is Call of Duty so toxic? Because there's shit like claymores and camping and noob tubes, and it's so frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating to just get. Somebody's gonna launch a noob tube 150 feet in the air, and it's gonna come down and kill you on spawn. Like really? Yeah. So.
I think also because KD is a lot more driven in Call of Duty. I think everybody wants that good KD. Everybody wants to go positive. Everybody wants to be the best, So like when you're not going positive and you're getting noob tubed or 725 and claymored, that's when you just start raging, and that's when you bring it. It brings out the worst in people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also, I think you're like, it's in the game. That's my point. Like people get upset because people aren't playing by their rules. It almost feels, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like people want to take their ball and go home. And so you're using a Claymore, you're using the 725. Well, it's in the game, but it doesn't play by their code of ethics or code of conduct, right? Like, I don't use that. I use the MP5 or the M4 or A1, and just like, and so people get frustrated that it's almost like an immaturity. Shockingly, in Call of Duty, there's immaturity. I know, like, I didn't see that coming.
It's wild.
Weird.
But like,
Call of Duty.
so it's like you know, I we talking about Call of Duty. So it's like there's people thinking there's only one way to play a game, and there's not. If I want to run around with an RPG and a knife, like, and a melee, that's there. That's an option they can do. It's not a good plan, but it's gonna piss you off if I shoot you with my RPG or stab you, and that's what I'm running, right? Like, so it's like it's there. It's just not correct as what we see as correct way to play.
Definitely, I think it's a good way to look at it.
You got a really good point.
And there's like game modes where like, so like domination is like where you try to capture like points, right? And that's like how you get your points, but then people still play to get their KD as high as they can. Like, people, like, I think I was watching, like, Can't Die tweeted it out where like, this guy went 30-3, but his team still lost. Like, is that like, people, I feel like, are playing a lot more for themselves in Call of Duty than as a team, where like Apex, you're playing for your team mostly. You're trying to get that win together, where
Definitely
you're just trying to defend.
But
your
I'm also
KD.
like, I've never jumped in a random Call of Duty match and this guy's like, "All right, team, let's get it." Like, it's always like, no one wants to play for you.
There's no leadership.
You go play domination and you have to control the points. You think someone's like, "You guys really not going to get C right now?" Like, nobody cares. I'm gonna go get my 20 kills and you guys can do whatever you want. You know?
That's why some people play domination.
Yeah.
The only
And if
reason
someone did say that, they'd hear so many like horrible things said at them. If they're like, "Let's do this," they'd want to leave that so quick.
Yeah, the only reason I play domination is so I know where the other team's spawning, so I could get more kills.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
the only last thing was that I had was the 2v2 mode. Like, the 2v2 mode is probably like the one thing that they brought to this Call of Duty that's my favorite. Is everyone okay?
You good?
You good?
Someone died.
sorry, I muted my mic on stream, but not in not in Discord. I forgot. My bad. Nobody else heard that except King's stream.
But I was thinking, like, the 2v2 is like the newest thing they brought that I think is probably the thing that I love most about it. Just like, there's so much competitive to it. Like, I've played Call of Duty for years, but I've never been in the competitive scene. But I feel like the 2v2 would get me there. Like, I know Jug and I played, and Dallas and I played, but like, I get so into it and like rage so hard in 2v2, but I don't rage in any other really like game mode compared to that one. And I think it's just because, like, for me, it's attack, where the other modes are like, I have to like defend corners and stuff and
Strategy more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with that 2v2 is it's more like mono, where it's like you just got beat. You know, it's like in a game you're gonna get killed by multiple people. Like, there's only two guys, and like if you get 6-0'd in that mode, or even just get ran up or lose by 1, it's a lot more frustrating because you're so close. You only have to get those 2 kills to win the round, rather than like defending B and holding these points that can last 20 minutes. You know, and some of these games, if you just get rolled, you know, you just get rolled, and I think it's a lot more infuriating.
Yeah, definitely.
And the gun rotation of it really just like levels the playing field, and it's just skill against skill alone.
Yep, totally. Even though some of the guns are horrible, like some of the pistol rounds, dude, where like you don't have that crazy trigger finger or something. It does make you a better player because you have to get better with those guns if you want to be good. But
I don't know if it's just me or anybody else, but I can't play games or game modes like that because I could just get so much anxiety. If it's just like if it's a 1v1 situation like that, and I'm just like sitting there, and then I just get shit on. I'm like, dude, everyone just saw me.
Stream's over.
That's why you play it off stream.
I just can't. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the best part is pulling off a 2v1. Like, where you're down, your partner got dropped, and you pulled. Nothing feels better than that. I gotta tell you. Like,
look at the camera.
Yeah.
We did it.
We're going to man, but like pulling that shit, you're sitting there handing an LMG and you're like, well, fuck, here we, and you somehow pull off that round. Like, there's something to it. Like, I find that more addictive for
A lot
sure.
more.
I love hopping on too. And like, Zach and I's joke is like, okay, LMGs, I guess we give them 2 wins in a row, and then we're on to the next guns, right? So,
Dude, that's exactly how I feel with the LMGs, man.
I know.
Yeah, so I was watching someone play earlier today. His name's Potato. He streams. But LMGs were hitting the same exact as like ARs, and I was like, this is not balanced whatsoever. Like he was hitting like them with like 5 shots, and like you can definitely the time to kill between LMGs and the ARs are so off right now. But I know there's going to be a big update on Friday for Call of Duty. They're releasing 2 new maps, which is really cool, and they're adding they're adding hardpoint game mode. So I think what they're doing with Call of Duty is really smart. They took away all of the like cosmetic like supply drop stuff, and they're doing a battle pass, and like all the new maps and stuff are free. Like anytime a new map drops, it's free for everyone.
See, that's awesome. Yeah, that gets a lot of kids to be able to want to actually grind those maps. It sucks when you get loaded in and you can't grind. I didn't mean to interrupt, but keep going, Zach. But when you can't play those maps,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just saying it's just super smart, and I think this is probably. I think they were talking about there was. I kept getting tweets about it. They had like some kind of business meeting today, but they said this is going to be like possibly the game of the year, which I don't think it might be, but they said it could be the game of the year. Just because of like everything they've changed and like what they're doing for the fans.
Yeah.
Like they did everything right in the sense of game modes that are there, in the sense of it's one-time payment, so I don't have to buy season after season after season. Like there's a game mode for everybody. You want huge battle royals, huge teams, 32 versus 32 large there, and aren't they working on a battle royale as well that they're going to add?
Yeah, they are.
So it's like they're literally going to put in everything you could want in the game. So if you drop whatever your $69.99 and you get all these things and you don't have to rebuy, I mean, like,
it's so smart.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think they did an awesome job with the alpha too. The alpha into the beta into the game. They got a lot of people excited. Like I was so excited, and they made that free too, which is huge. The beta obviously you had to pre-order it, but the alpha being free, I mean 2v2 is I think a reason why a lot of people really like the game. Like kind of Zach was saying and Jug was saying how intense it can get and how fun it can be, and kids got to play that without even buying the game. So like I think that got a lot more people to want to buy it, and then that led into people wanting to play the beta. And then obviously in turn, a huge show out when it launched. So I think they did an awesome job with the release.
Yeah. I just kind of want to say that I personally don't think that a game like Modern Warfare should be Game of the Year.
No.
I don't think just because it uses so many like old mechanics and even like reusing certain maps and stuff. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many like new innovative games that have come out this year.
I 100% agree with you.
I don't know,
like
man.
if that's on the Game of the Year list, like I haven't done the campaign yet, but that campaign had better be the greatest campaign I've ever done.
Right?
I saw someone play it like the first 10 seconds, you just kill a kid.
So
good.
Spoilers, King.
I've heard it's super good, but it's super short. It's like only 4 or 5 hours.
Which
I've
is like
also
how
heard-
most of them are.
Not too big of a grind.
Yeah.
Not to get political, but they've also changed legitimate facts about bombings and shit that in the story that happened completely opposite in real life. And so I'm not going to get into what they were, but it's like you're like manipulating reality for your story.
Fair.
And so it's like I don't know, that part bugs me on a level, but I still own the game, so it's like I guess not. But I agree with King. Game of the Year? No, it's not. There's amazing games that came out like this year that I think were just better stories. And to me, Game of the Year is a story, not I can shoot, because there's a million shooters.
Right.
So what do you guys think about that kind of shooter because I've always thought about that's been one thing, not to get too far off of COD because I know we're talking about COD, but kind of just incorporating like story games and things like that. I've always obviously been like a shooter kind of streamer, as a lot of us have been. What are your thoughts on kind of like story games? Do you think that there is any cool ones coming out? Has anybody kind of adapted to story games? Because that's been one thing that I've liked to incorporate, but just never have.
Well, what's it tonight? Tonight at midnight, right? That Death Stranding,
Stranding.
comes out.
Yeah.
And everyone is so hyped for that, and I see it everywhere. I don't know what that game's about. I have
So
no
no one
idea.
knows what no one knows what it's about still
idea.
though.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be the sickest game, dude. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And they're like, it's gonna be sick. What's it about? It's gonna be sick.
Aren't they?
Even if you're
aren't
buying
you-
it, you have
they-
no idea what it's about. Like they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the marketing behind it is just the name of who made it, honestly,
Uh-huh.
and that Norman Reedus is in it. That's the two things, but you don't know anything else about it really.
I
Other than
thought
there's a kid and a
There's
baby.
a
in it
baby.
that's-
I thought I think that's what I thought. I thought they released it. You're taking the baby in a container, like your suits for your ability to breathe and to carry it,
That's
and
it.
take it to delivery. That yeah. So it's
That's all.
the trip, but there's also post-apocalyptic, you know, world's gone to shit. Probably cannibals. Just you gotta throw some cannibals in, or else it's not very fun.
Of course, obviously.
It's like I'm only
I mean-
buying this game if there's cannibals for
I
sure.
mean,
Facts.
is there a cannibal? Like, hey, come on now, Ewoks were cannibals. That's all you need to know about Star Wars. That's the only reason you. But you know, like,
Goodness.
like it's just to me that's a game that I look at and I'm like, I want. The thing is finding time to stream those games. Like I've got a War, I'm a little bit through it, and I haven't finished it because I found people like you guys to play video games, and so I'm like, all these games have gone aside that are story based. So I feel like purchasing them is almost a waste of time. Right?
Yeah,
Can
speaking.
we talk about how you haven't finished God of War though?
I don't want to talk about this.
Oh my god, it's so
Plead
good.
the fifth.
So,
I will say on stream in front of people, I did cry in that game.
Really?
The thing was, I watched a playthrough of it, so I know it, but I want to play it.
Yeah.
see,
And
I,
I read, sorry,
no,
I
go
read a
ahead.
mythology on it by Neil Gaiman about the Norse god mythology, and to see the way that's interwoven in with taking Kratos and throwing him into that world was just really
That's why it was-
interesting. Like it's
Game of the
really,
Year.
really
That's why I was game of the year.
that's a game of the year. You know what I mean? Like, that's a game of the year to me.
All right. Any more on Call of Duty to keep things rolling? I'm
No.
loving the conversations going though.
Let's switch over to Twitch. We have. Let's go over that.
All right, it's my turn.
All you, King.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Shit. All
Yeah,
right,
show
guys.
us what
Yo,
it is.
podcast is over.
You got four minutes. Go.
All right. So when we were at TwitchCon, they announced a whole bunch of new things to kind of keep streaming, I guess, fair for everyone. I'm not sure what the words to say, but there was a lot of changes done with Twitch's interface and a lot of things done with more perks for affiliates versus partners. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is, do you guys feel that there is a real push now to really grind for partner? Is there really anything that keeps you motivated to be like, yo, I want to be partner. I need to be a partner. That's that.
That purple check mark, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
True.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think there's more opportunities you get as a partner outside of Twitch.
Mhm.
You get more opportunities to get your name out there and help grow your community and be able to provide more things for your community. I think that's for me the main reason. But I also agree with what you're saying though. Like, if we're getting the same things, the grind, I guess, is not as much there, but still, like, to be able to like do squad streams with like you guys and stuff without having to do a third-party website and not get any views from it, which is huge.
Yeah, now third-party websites
Yeah.
don't even count towards
Yep.
views.
So being able to do that, and if they bring that to affiliates, because I think I've heard they are going to, that's going to be huge. Because I know a lot of people who stream on Twitch usually stream with other people.
Mhm, mhm.
Totally.
It's almost like you have to stream with people to make it Like I hate playing a game alone. If I'm streaming something, I'm just like, dude, it's gonna be a 2 hour. This is a 2 hour stream, and I'm going to bed. Like that's that. If I want to stream something, I have to play with people. Like that's that.
Yeah, I think that was the easiest way for me to kind of get my start on Twitch, was definitely playing with other people. I think it's an awesome tool for other streamers. I mean, I used to literally sit up all night until 3 or 4 in the morning just going through Apex Legends PS4 streamers and just being like, you want to get a game in sometime, and just networking and networking and networking. So like squad streams is huge for me because I would love to be able to play with a lot of those people that you couldn't normally play with and kind of just connect with a lot of them.
True. What about you, Dallas? Do
Yeah,
you feel like you need to grind towards a partner?
I mean, I'm not trying to grind towards partner. Honestly, most of the partners got there because either they took however long it took them years to grow their community that way, or they're really good at a video game and became famous overnight, basically.
Or they're
And
already famous beforehand.
yeah, or they were all,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so unless a new game comes out that I'm gonna be the best in the world at, I'm not planning on being partner anytime soon.
I actually saw recently that there was a girl that, I don't know, it was some kind of Twitch drama that the girl had 25,000 Instagram followers. She's beautiful, whatever. Someone working on Twitch staff found her, said, "Hey, you should come stream on Twitch. We'll make you a partner." She was partnered within a month.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
see,
And
that's wild.
I was like, it also is really discouraging when you see stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I grind.
Totally.
Dude, I'll bust 8 hour streams. I'll play all day. And then I'm like, oh, this chick, she just posts pictures of ice cream all day, and then, like just became a
Yeah.
partner.
Oh,
Cool, dude.
she's doing just chatting streams with the inner bikini. That's cool.
Like,
So no, yeah.
I mean, we can do that. We might get less views, but
actually, I might get
Okay.
partnered like that.
Just ignore my internet. We're fine.
Welcome back, Kitty.
It
Yeah.
happens. If anybody's ever watched my stream, you know it happens.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I had my fair share of internet troubles.
Spectrum.
I think one thing that is helping me like keep going right now is honestly Athenascope, which is a huge thing that I think I found from Yaki and that a lot of us are using now to make
Yeah.
our own like little clips and stuff. But like
So
the
easy.
really cool part that I enjoy is the squad rounds. Is that like if we're like a couple of us are streaming together, they'll take clips from like the streams and put them together and put out videos and clips that will show like Dallas's point of view and then my point of view in the game and stuff.
Oh, really? That's really
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's super sick. Until you don't have it, unless you play games where you don't have any good kills. But
Yeah.
Or do you have to? How do they pull that and know that you're playing together?
you just have to
links.
sign up. Make sure you're playing with someone who is signed up for Athenascope.
And then like
No
they
shit.
both upload the video too,
Yeah.
right, Zach? I think
Hmm.
you both have
No,
to.
it pulls it.
Oh,
It
really?
does it automatically.
Like
Oh,
we
okay.
got
that's
Zach and I got one from last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a squad one from last night.
Yeah.
Sure, it's pretty shitty, but you know we got a squad one from last night.
That's really awesome.
I did DM the guy who made it, and I was talking with him, and they are going to do an affiliate program pretty soon.
That's what's
They're
up.
going to do sponsorships
that's
and all
pretty
that
cool.
too. So
That's
that's also like super
They-
sick to think about.
They do need to work on their like end of the week thing though, because like I don't feel like having all my deaths in my like
In like the middle of it? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I always post those. It's just
Yeah,
like,
like we can remove those.
Some of us only have Death Sack, okay? So I think the next topic I really wanted to like touch on was a lot of us stream about anywhere from 5 to 8 hours a day, maybe like 4 or 5 times a week, if 6 times if you really want to grind, you know. But if Twitch shut down tomorrow, would you guys still see yourself playing video games as much as you do at the level that you do right now?
me for sure.
No.
Q grinds.
Yeah, just because of Apex. I mean, I've just
Mhm.
found a love for it. Not actually, I shouldn't say for sure. I mean, I would definitely still play the hell out of Apex.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, I mean, the stream for sure gives me a reason to grind, just because my really only big break was because of Apex, you know. So like the reason people click on my stream is because the amount of kills I have. At least the random people, you know, that are just strolling by. So it's like if I were to just stop tomorrow, you know, then obviously I would see a lot of decrease. But yeah, so I don't know if I'd say for sure. Definitely not as much, but I'd still play. What do you guys? How about somebody else?
I
For
wouldn't.
me,
I can
it's
go ahead, Puny.
it's a social thing. The people that I've met through gaming are some of the best people I've ever met in my life.
Mhm.
Fact.
And also, all of my best friends that I have IRL, we all play games together, off stream, on stream. It's just a way of staying connected with people over distance or different time zones, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
It's just an amazing thing. And so that's why I got into gaming, is to stay connected with people. And so I'd still stay. I'd play just as much.
Good point. What about you, Jug? I know you got cut off twice, so shoot it.
No, it's all good. I think I'd play just for time I need to spend. I like obviously everyone knows I start at 8:30 because that's when my son goes to bed, and
Totally.
like so like like my life's based on that about making sure I'm there for the kids and for that, and so I think I'd play less because I feel like I've lost a lot of things in my life. Now I'm not doing well health wise, so I can't go to the gym as much as I want to right now. Going to the back to the gym was such a regular thing for me, and now it's just not as much. So and so putting that in, would to bed, go to the gym, then come back and maybe there's maybe nights I don't game. So I like tonight, like most nights I'd go game and then be regular gym. Where to me, I'd probably flip that back to more regular gym, back to gaming, and like the community, the people I love playing with, like everyone here, I love playing with you guys. It's just
Mhm.
the things I need in my life are like a community, but I know you guys are always there almost.
Totally.
And so
Mhm.
the streaming's to find the new people. Not that I don't enjoy or like, I'm in everyone's chat or any stream as much as possible. So to me it's like you guys are already there. You're already part of the family basically in my life. And it's just a matter of like we catch games when we catch games, and if we don't, I'm not hurt. We catch games next time, right? So it's like what do you need to do for your life? That's how I view it. Like if streaming wasn't there, I'd probably play.
What about you, Dallas?
Yeah, going off what Jug said straight up, like if there were no platforms for streaming, which I think is probably the question in general, if there was like nowhere to stream or anything, I definitely have a lot more time on my hands. I think I was in Q stream the other night until like 3 a.m. Pacific. He streamed all night, and I was in there watching him the whole time, just chilling. And I'd definitely be in bed by like
Love
probably
you.
5 hours before that. So
For sure.
so I think yeah, it would give me a lot more time. I would still play games like probably as much as I do now. Maybe a little less, but um, I definitely stream for the interaction with chat and the community. It's I don't come on Twitch to be like, oh cool, I got 500 bits today.
Right.
So like I'm here
Counting
to
them monies.
yeah, I'm here to play games
Hey, but that's cool though, right?
with my community and with my
He's like,
friends.
you only get 5 bits, so it's good.
It's like
Q just starts making it rain on him.
Like, I remember my first 500 bits.
Start throwing nickels in the air though.
Hey, if streaming, stopped, my love life would still be the same though. So
No, and it's no, not November, dude. I feel like to a certain point, like you kind of like want to play video games because you just want to chill and hang out. But at a certain, then another point, you have a community, so you kind of want to get on and you want to stream and you want to make sure that everyone's okay. Let's say someone comes in your chat that you haven't seen in like a month. You're like, dude, how are you? How is everything? How's your life? And they kind of want to know about you. So that's like, there's a certain point where you stream for yourself just to hang out. A certain point where you just want to like make sure that everyone that you know and everyone that has ever talked to you is just doing okay. That's just personally how I see streaming. We've been doing it. I've been doing it for a year and a half. People come in, people come and go, and you just kind of want to make sure that everyone that is just okay. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's so many people. There's like one I'm thinking about. I got a resub from someone last night, and I haven't seen them in like and I know they're dealing with depression and shit. So I'm just, sending them messages, being like, "Hey, how you doing? What's up? What's new?" Just making sure they're okay.
True.
Because and it's just someone I've never met in person. They're on the other side of your country, not even my country, and so it's amazing the community that exists. Like we're all from different parts. Like I'm from a different country from you guys. You guys are all spread across, your country. Like
definitely.
Twitch has created something bigger than just video games and streaming video games. Like how many different communities do you think exist because of Twitch?
Oh yeah, tons.
like we just know our little one, right? But you know, how
Mhm.
many thousands, how many millions are out there? Like you think about all the streamers and they have their own communities and they have
I
their own
think
group.
I think like actually one of the coolest part was when we were at TwitchCon and you would like everyone has their username going across their chest. It's like that, and you're like, oh dude, I've been in that guy's chat. Like, oh, I've seen that guy. Or you'd be like, oh, that guy says some stupid shit one time, and you'll be like, you're like, oh, like I know these guys, but it's cool kind of seeing them, and
Yeah.
it was just really cool to see. It was really dope. You're like, oh,
And
that
it's
guy's-
crazy because TwitchCon is
Right.
huge, and to think that that's probably, I don't even know, probably not even 10% of all the people on Twitch.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
So
What?
Hopefully, we'll see all you guys there next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Bit of light. I know we're all Twitch streamers, but Papa Q said, "What are your guys' thoughts on Mixer? Because, or besides, it's a Microsoft product. What does anybody have any thought? I mean, I really don't have any take on it. I've never really. I mean, besides Shroud and Ninja going there, I've heard nothing about it, or I haven't really, dwelled into the topic. But do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Well, that was kind of like my next question. Like, I was gonna ease into that, but like, as other streaming platforms are trying to like, kind of come up to be as successful as Twitch, what are some of the reasons that you stay on Twitch, and also what are some of the perks that really make you stay on Twitch? Like, what really draws you to Twitch?
I think
Because
it's
you
just
can go to any website and you can grow a community just like we
it because we're here.
did.
We're all right here right now. Like none of us
Mhm.
flipping over. I mean,
Mhm.
like maybe like I've seen one partner I know who wasn't that big, but he had a following, and he flipped over to Mixer, and he's doing his thing. But I don't go like I don't know any of us who's the person that would make you go to Mixer. Like I just click on Twitch to see who's on that I know.
Mhm.
No one like Shroud's not making me go to Mixer. Ninja's not making me
I
go
love
to
watching Shroud, and I have not checked him out.
and so
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of like that the learned movement is I go in and I click on Twitch.
Mhm.
And so until Mixer, it's to me it's like the UFC. Well, Bellator exists and it's a different fighting thing. Am I gonna go check them out? Probably. It's same thing like the football. XFL is coming out next
Hell
year?
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's different, dude. Don't do it.
That's so different. That's Vinny Mac right there. So
Okay,
different.
I
I'm
apologize.
definitely
way
watching
off
the
base.
XFL. I
Yeah,
am
I'm watching
def-
it. Yeah, I'm watching XFL. Dude.
He
Okay.
hate me? Let's go.
Yeah, you hate me, dude.
Trying to remember what Jug said. Personally, I don't think that you should ever switch platforms for somebody. I think it should be like a personal thing that you say, like just because a big streamer goes over to a different platform, I don't think you should be like, all right, now I got to go to that. Unless like you're getting hosted by these people and they're like gonna be able to better your chances at succeeding on as a content creator. I don't think it's gonna do you any good by switching platforms for somebody else. You definitely want to like. I think the reason why Twitch is so awesome is because we met each other and things like that. But I could never see myself switching. Like, think about Shroud and how long they've streamed and Ninja and like, dude, all their bit donations and all those badges getting lost. Like, Ninja had like a 70-month guy that had it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's almost like as a viewer, if I was watching someone, and it's just like all right, I'm gonna go to Mixer, and like I was subbed to them for like 5 years or whatever, and all of a sudden, all right, well, I'm gonna Mixer. What is Mixer gonna like? That's not cool. Like I had all these. I get you like nah.
What
Like
happened
I
to
was
the
Yeah.
70
badge
months
guy?
sub.
And now it's just gone. Like that guy that's been
Yeah, that's not.
for 70 months, like his
Yeah.
badge doesn't mean anything. That guy will never stream on Twitch again. So it's like that's really tough.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that guy like? What does if you've been subbing for I wonder what that guy did. Did he follow him to Mixer and he's like sub number restart the
Yeah,
count?
sure, yeah.
Imagining, I mean, if you're that big of a supporter for 70 months from kind of the beginning to the end, I don't think that a change is going to stop you, but it's got to be a little sour for sure.
Mhm.
I mean,
Just personally, I couldn't see myself ever just going to Mixer and just like kind of because I know nobody's really gonna like just follow you. Like they have to be like absolutely like a diehard fan. And
Totally.
fans is such a loose word that I use, but you have to be like a diehard fan
yeah,
for someone to follow you over to like another
Mhm.
platform.
it would be
100%.
like those big streamers. It's like a TV show on NBC going over to CBS. You're still gonna go over and watch it on CBS if you're like a big streamer like
Huh.
that. But if you're not and you're a diehard fan of them, if you're not, if you just watch them because they're on your top list on the left hand side, and you're like, oh, let's see, they're playing Apex today, let's see how they are,
Mhm.
but otherwise, yeah, I don't see any reason to go over to Mixer. I don't know anything about it, just like you guys. The only thing I know is that I think you can't become an affiliate until you have 2,000 followers or something, and I only have 500, and it's took me a year to get 500. So what's the benefit?
Totally.
And their interface isn't like clean or at all. Like I think King, you talked about it like on like Twitter or something. Like their interface is it's ugly, really, honestly. Like if you like go over there, it's not clean. The only thing I do like about Mixer, there's one part is that if you're like playing Apex or whatever and you're in like the top 3 or something, top 5, they do have a special page and they'll put people's streams up there, which is
That's pretty
cool. But that's like the only thing I've seen so far that I enjoyed about it, because that was giving people who are smaller an advantage, not advantage, but like a boost kind of, so people really could check them out.
Top 3 or top 5, like what, in a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hype
Like the
zone.
final.
I think it's
final
like the hype
five.
zone or red zone or something like that.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool.
It's cool to get noticed for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it's one of their better perks that they have.
Yeah. I think
Again,
that's
if Twitch did something like that, like maybe you say, I think there's a subscribe button to like certain games that you like. Then maybe do like a list of like what games that are going on right now, and you'd be like, oh, this guy's looks pretty cool. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have like an Outlook or like Hotmail account to even like sign in on Mixer, which I think is ridiculous. Is to create a whole new
Yeah.
email.
Thanks, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the worst emails ever.
Yeah.
Honestly, though.
But yeah, that's I don't know. Mixer just does not look appealing to me. It doesn't. There's nothing about it that really like. I don't even like. I'm sure people will do the same. Like, what are bits? But if I don't know what embers are,
This is the
I
same
don't.
thing.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same thing.
Is it the same pricing and everything too?
They did just drop, so their sub price was $5.99, and they just dropped it back down to $4.99 to probably compete with Twitch.
And the embers were more expensive. They did
Yeah.
like a calculate, like it was just not the same value as bit. But yeah, same thing.
Twitch still has its frustrations. I think September kind of frustrated me with like little parts, like the gifted subs you couldn't get like half off, because like people love gifting subs to streamers. Like you couldn't.
I'm saying if gifted subs were half off, I would have gifted a lot more.
Yeah.
Right.
Straight
I
up.
think everyone would have. Yeah.
Oh,
for
100%.
sure.
100%.
And you can't. You couldn't get the half off on your phone if you're mobile app, and you tried to get the half off. It's still $5.99, which it's more on your phone. Surprise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was even subbing to people that like I wouldn't even normally sub to. I mean, obviously, a lot of you guys know I get a lot of enjoyment from donating to other streamers, but like I was even like going to people's chats and just being like, "Yo, happy September, here you go," because it's like $2,
Right.
like
Right.
Yeah.
obviously it adds up after a while. But it was cool to see somebody smile that didn't expect that, or But gifteds, obviously, I gift a ton of subs on Twitch, and if that would have been available, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
That would have been really
Yeah, I had like the exact same experience. I was just floating around random people's chats. I think I ended up with like 58 subscribed channels, and I had to go through and like clear everything out.
Yeah.
good. I think like all last month I would get emails at like 3 a.m. and it'd like cancel a notification. I'm like, who is this person?
I always got to be sure to cancel because I'm subbed to like 20 something at all times.
Yeah.
Like, dude, these $100 months are just catching up to me.
Yeah. For sure.
What do you guys think about like Twitch's like terms of service and stuff, like them not like following it strict for like certain people, but like other people are getting like kind of lenient? Like I forget his name, the kid who like would break like stuff like over his head, like like him getting permanently banned, but then someone throwing a cat or whatever or doing something else not getting like a punishment like at all.
Yeah. So
I think a big thing is the size of the person and how big they are. I think Deller was a really big streamer, and I think that they just tried to shine light on that one situation. He's not the only person to ever self-harm himself on live Twitch, whether it's breaking something. I know there's got to be a ton of people that do that, but I just think with how the size of how big Deller was, I mean, his first stream on YouTube, he had like 7K watching him, So like, I think just the size and how big he was, they tried to like set an example with him, to be honest.
And also, he got banned
Yeah.
for self harm, right?
Yeah, for hitting himself in the
And-
face with a keyboard, I think.
But self harm is such a weird term on Twitch because you can smack a keyboard over your head, get banned, but you can't eat hot peppers. Like you'll get banned for that. I
Really?
don't understand. Yeah, if you do like at certain subs, I'll eat a hot pepper. That's considered self harm.
No way.
I
Yeah,
did not know that.
There's a
Yeah.
guy that had that as
There's
his.
a guy that got banned
yeah.
for doing that. Yeah.
No
Wow.
shit.
I've seen people get
and
banned. No, just like
Go ahead.
Tifu, even though like he's like said some crazy shit on stream, and he
Mhm.
hasn't been like it wasn't like that big of a punishment, really.
I mean,
He did ban
that's
that
so
one time for
consistent.
saying that stupid word that I won't say, but if you guys saw that, I know he
Yeah.
did get banned that one time, but yeah, I'm sure he said far, far worse and
Mhm.
not gotten banned. And it's tough though when you have a guy that can bring in anywhere from 30 to 100,000 viewers, and you want to ban him. That's a lot of money for Twitch. I mean, all those bid donations, all those subs,
Mhm.
all that stuff that Twitch is making money on. They got to take into account the amount of money that they're losing when they ban guys like that. So I think it comes down to the numbers more than anything.
I mean, that we're seeing that about consistency, right? Like, you just want consistency. That's all we want. I think the great example of that is right now that kid that got banned from Fortnite for using the aimbot, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
people are upset for him to be banned and stuff like that. And my reaction to that, well, if it's just some random stranger, like random player, and they're using aimbots in the game, they get banned. They're banned, right? They get
Totally.
the same ban. So he's just getting consistently banned the way other people who are cheating get banned as well.
Yeah, I think it's completely fair.
So I'm like, I'm like, they're using the same rules. It's just he's known and those other cheaters, and I
Yeah.
don't care what you're using it for. Like even if you don't know how bad it's going to be, what do you think happened to everyone else when you report someone for?
Totally.
They're going to get banned.
Which
So
he's
it's-
probably done too.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure you could see one of his chats. He's probably reported someone, probably because he has the same fucking program.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but like he's like, oh, I know, like,
Oh, Jug.
oh man, Canadian. We got to say sorry. So it's like,
There it is.
so
Sorry.
like, and so it's people are upset about the consistency now too. So we're
Mhm.
like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you're like, it's we can say it's about money. So yeah, it's probably about money and views because they'll just go to Mixer, they'll just go to, and they know that's money that they've lost in one way. But I think we were all just talking about it too. We don't go to Mixer and YouTube. We stay here, so that money is probably still spent. It's just not spent in one direct path. It's spent elsewhere. So it's probably still there. So maybe
Yeah.
Twitch needs to like figure that out, or maybe they just need to not work. Probably making enough money as it is, and just
Jeff Bezos.
just stick with your like consistency. Just give me consistency.
Yeah, and one of the things that the CEO said at TwitchCon was about being better with handing out bans and how their whole terms of service works when he did his whole speech there. So we'll see how 2020 works out.
Good deal.
True.
Is that it, King?
Yep.
What was that?
King, was that your last question on the?
That was the last question. Everything kind of tied in.
Perfect.
Everything.
All right, well, we've been live for almost an hour and a half, so we should probably wrap it up.
That was awesome. I had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
That was really fun.
Oh,
I know. I'm gonna.
we're back.
Okay. I know. I'm gonna try. Dallas is gonna try to rip the audio, and I'm gonna try to get it on different places in case people missed out or want to hear it again. We're gonna try to get it on places like Spotify, Google Play, iTunes.
YouTube.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna try to do that, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this for sure.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
and
thanks
I'm
for
not-
having us.
I'm gonna try and get it set up in the future too, so we can have everybody or at least the host stream it, so it's not just on my. I feel bad that I have all the viewers right now because that's not what this is about. It's about the group. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna figure out how to get it to where we can all stream it at once. So speaking of that, I doubt we're gonna do this every week just because it's gonna be hard to come up with topics to talk about every week and get a group to talk every week. So maybe every other week, every third week, we'll figure it out. So keep stay on the lookout for announcements on Twitter and whatnot. Speaking of Twitter, I want to go around and have everybody shout out their socials so everybody can get hit with the follows on Twitter and Twitch. So King.
At TTV King, all one word on Twitter. Twitch, King_Latifa. Instagram, it's King_Latifa. And those are really the only socials that I use. But come check me out. Stream almost every day. Got a new PC coming. Everything's gonna be all right.
Return of the Zack on Twitter. Return of the Zack _ on Instagram. Twitch.tv/ReturnOfTheZack.
Q.
Yeet. I am QBuzzshot on everything. So just QBuzzshot.
Wow.
Must
You're
be
easy.
nice to have some
Right?
some random ass
Right.
name.
I don't do any of these lame underscores like the rest of my
What?
I
time.
had to. I had to.
I'm the only weirdo that names himself QBuzzshot. I don't need an underscore.
Is that including the premium snap?
Oh.
All people that wanted to
You know what that's called.
Tier 3 subs only. Tier 3 subs only.
QBuzzshot.
Cute butts hot.
QButts is hot, dude.
Damn.
All right,
So my Twitch is PuniiCorn with 2 eyes, and Twitter is Puny with 1 eye _ corn. And if you want my Insta, ask me because it's personal.
Damn,
Ooh.
girl.
Ooh.
Can I get
Ooh,
that?
'cause
I'm gonna slide
personal.
into your Twitter DMs right
Hit
now.
me up in the
Yeah,
DMs, baby.
DMs,
There
though.
you go. There you go.
All right, Jug.
So it's at Jug_R_9 on Twitter and obviously on Twitch and MySpace because I'm old as shit.
Oh,
I still have that.
MySpace. Are you the real Tom? Are you the real Tom?
Who's
Sure.
Tom?
We'll see if we can get you in my top 7 or whatever it was.
Top 8, dude.
Top 8.
Grandpappy's
Top 8.
I'm forgetting.
Hey, Puny, Jug, thank y'all for being here.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, definitely
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks for
everybody
having
coming
us.
out
Yeah,
tonight.
appreciate
Even with the
it. Well,
technical difficulties, we got it all sorted out at the end. So, yeah, much love to you guys, and we'll follow up for when we're gonna do the next one of these because we're gonna definitely be doing more. Much love, guys.
Much love.
Awesome. Thanks.
True.